Hello everyone. Today in Sangi's Cookery, we're going to see how to prepare a pigeon peas curry. The pigeon peas curry, or popularly known as the Tuver Lilva curry, is a Gujarati dish, and it is not only enjoyed just by Gujaratis but also of all people and of all age groups as well. This particular curry is quite different from the other normal curries where we add the pakodis, but this particular curry is majorly with the cooked pigeon peas along with the yogurt and basin based gravy. The pigeon peas is available in the month of November and December, especially during the winter season. So whenever this particular piece comes inside the market, I make it a point to grab this piece and make this curry. This particular curry goes very well with khichdi and pulao and also with fulkas. So before we go into the procedure as to how to prepare this pigeon peas curry, if you're watching my video for the first time, I would request you all to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon for further interesting recipes and notifications. Pigeon peas curry. For that I have peeled the pigeon peas from the skin. I've taken the skin out and wash it 2 to 3 times, and we are going to cook this in the pressure cooker for about 2 whistles. I'm also adding 1 brinjal cut into big pieces. So this is optional. If you want, you can add the brinjal, otherwise you can just cook the pigeon peas. I'm going to add some water, adding some salt and turmeric powder, and we're just going to pressure cook this for about 2 whistles. It's perfectly cooked, and if you actually press it with hand, it gets mashed. You can mash it slightly with a ladle and you can keep this aside. And I also have the brinjal which has been cooked. We have cooking oil required for frying, and I've taken 2 cups of curd, fresh curds. For 2 cups of fresh curd, I've taken 1 cup of besan, cloves and cinnamon sticks, and 2 red chillies, some curry leaves, 6 to 7 finely chopped garlic, 2 onions finely chopped, and for the seasonings you have the mustard seeds 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon jeera, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of the fenugreek seed, some ghee or jaggery to balance the taste, 1/4 teaspoon of the hing or the asafoetida, and salt required for the dish. You have some fresh coriander leaves. Grind the following ingredients into a coarse paste, which is curry leaves, coriander leaves, 3 to 4 flakes of garlic, green chilli, and a small piece of ginger. So I'm just going to add some cooking oil in a pan, and once the oil gets heated up, we'll be adding the spices one by one. We'll add the mustard seeds. We'll also add the jeera, the fenugreek seeds or the methi. Also adding the red chillies and also the cloves and the cinnamon, asafoetida. Also adding some curry leaves and also the green chillies. Let it fry for a few minutes. So we'll add the masala and fry this also for a few minutes. So while the masala is getting fried, I'm going to churn the curd along with the basin by adding some water. And we're going to add some water. I'm also adding the turmeric powder and the salt to mix it up nicely. You can also add some water to adjust the consistency. It may not be very thick because once it gets cooked, it becomes thick. Now I'm also adding the brinjals. After adding the brinjals, I'm also adding the mashed pigeon peas. You can just lightly mash it. This is after cooking it for a few minutes. I'm also adding the churned buttermilk and the besan mixture. You can also add some water in the vessel and adjust the consistency of the curry. At this stage, I'm just going to add some ghee or the jaggery. This is actually optional, but it will balance the taste. A few curry leaves now, the time when the curry is boiling, and then I've preserved few curry leaves at the time of seasoning as well. At this stage, you can check for salt, and if required, you can add salt accordingly. I'm also adding some fresh coriander leaves at this stage. Once the curry begins to boil, we can actually switch off the gas and we'll transfer the curry to the serving bowl. So now we have come to the final stage where we are going to give a tempering with ghee. This is again optional, so it actually adds to the flavor of the curry. So I'm adding few teaspoons of ghee and mustard seeds So once the mustard seed begins to splutter, I'm adding red chilli and a little bit of ghee, finely chopped garlic, and also adding the finely chopped onions. Let's fry this for a few minutes. Finally, adding some fresh curry leaves also in the seasoning. I'm adding a little bit of the khandha lasoon masala. This is optional. Usually I add the green garlic. What I do is I just plant the garlic in one of the pots and then the shoots tend to come up. But this time because of the weather, it has not come up. So otherwise I'll be adding the green garlic. Instead of that, I'm just adding a little bit of khandha lasoon masala which I had. Now the seasoning is done. So the very tasty and yummy pigeon peas Gujarati Kadhi is ready. This goes very well with fulka, parathas, naans, and it's the best time to try out this pigeon peas Kadhi during the winter season because the pigeon peas is available during this time. So I hope you'll all try out this recipe, and if you like it, please share it with your friends and relatives. Have a great day.